We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Hotep, I am that I am. Some call me Heru, your modern monk, your cannabis fitness strategist. Back at it again, here with you, here for you. Just wanted to touch bases with you a little bit, give you some insight on what we're actually planning on doing here with this presentation. We're talking about rebuild, revive, and rejuvenate with stem cells, the quantum healing format or modality. I'm having a little technical difficulties with the sharing the screen and whatnot. So what I'm basically going to do is actually do my presentation, but you're going to see me live. So I might be a little animated. Y'all know how I get down, right? But at the same time, it's an understanding where we're at, where we need to go. And the key thing is why I'm here and why am I sharing this information is just the understanding to give you some insight of what opportunities are actually out there. You don't have to keep going to these doctors or these organized hospitals or clinics that we see going on that's actually doing their, it's a purpose, but then it's at a certain time is not a purpose. So I want to get a little get a little dirty with the game, but then at the same time give you some positive outlook on what's actually available out there when it comes to injuries, when it comes to even like looking at potential surgery issues. And this is what stem cells can actually bring to the table. So let me get up in here and get it going on and get it rocking. So we're going to start out with rebuild, revive, rejuvenate with stem cell quantum healing. Now, all of you know who I am. My name is Heru, the modern monk, your presenter today. Your presenter today. I'm a fitness trainer as well as a holistic health practitioner. And we're going to go deeper and deeper and deeper until I talk about this. This is key. A medical disclaimer. Now, those of you, as with any medical treatment, results will vary among individuals. There's no implication that you will heal or improve, although very unlikely there could be risk involved. These concerns, you feel me? These concerns should be discussed with your healthcare provider that is informed about stem cell therapy. Please, hear me out right there. A healthcare provider that is informed, that is educated. This is key about stem cell therapies. Prior to any treatment, make sure you have conducted your due diligence. This presentation does not offer any guarantees to healing, only supplying information and educational purpose only. And that does not imply or give medical advice. Now, overall view. How can you rebuild the bridge to quantum healing? What is the key elements to rebuilding an understanding of building a solid body, a solid mind, a solid soul? This is what time it is. This is what we should be thinking in general. This is why we generate within this particular environment or what we call dimension. Are you with me? So I'm going to go through my introduction, my story, what is a stem cell, what stem cells do, what is the source of stem cells, what are stem cells used for, stem cell therapy, stem cells nutrition, stem cells implants, stem cell transplants, risk factors, as well takeaways and how to order your stem cells, medical disclaimer, as well as resources for more information. Who's the modern monk? Who's this man known as Heru, the modern monk? So you ask me why. Now let me share my little information with you. This is interesting too, because we all have a journey, right? We all have a path. You know what I'm saying? Our path gets stumbled along every once in a while. We might hit a rock, we might hit a wall. You feel me? Every once in a while. And maybe a few whiles, you know what I'm saying? Till you understand or till you get the picture. Till you see the picture. You feel me? The long term. So why I'm sharing this information is because I'm a witness of what stem cells do to the body. Literally, due to the mind, due to the psychic, due to the ability of what I've been able to do in the last couple of years, literally. And it's been interesting too, because it has given me, my stem cell experience have given me more energy, more validity, more vulgar, more, more, even keep it real with you, even like my mobility and everything else. I don't too much get injured. Let me just throw that out there. I don't too much get injured. I had got injured prior to my events in my past. So we'll talk about that too as well. But this is one of the reasons why I'm sharing this information, because I think it's beneficial for not just everyone, but just for everyone that is actually having some type of pain in your body, even with this ease that we kind of incorporate within our lifestyles. That's another thing, because of what we're eating, what we're taking along our path, that's actually really kind of taking us away from who we need to become, right? So this is why I'm sharing this information. And plus, with my good friend, my brother, my mentor, Dr. Boz Moreno, he has given me an opportunity to become the Marvel. You know how we watch these Marvel movies? This is literally what's going on. You actually witnessing a Marvel figure in action. So, grow up environment. Where did I grow up? Where did I exist within this existence? So I grew up in Alaska, believe it or not, Fairbanks, Alaska. Out of all the places in this country known as United States, I happened to be up in Alaska. And United States Alaska wasn't even a part of United States until what, 18 something? Matter of fact, probably 1960, 61, somewhere around there. Don't quote me. Those of you who's from Alaska, y'all go do y'all homework. But I basically grew up in Alaska, Fairbanks, Alaska, small town. I mean, literally a small town, maybe about 30,000 people. I wouldn't say we was poor. I would say we was kind of a middle class type of family orientated. Yeah, there's certain things. We had what we needed. Let me say it like that. We had what we needed. I grew up, it was me and my two brothers at the time, five of us. My parents, obviously, mom and dad, yada, yada, yada. And we just grew up and it was interesting too, just the environment we grew up in, because it's a small town, so everybody knows everybody, right? But I happened to be, and me and my brothers happened to be in sports. We was in sports, we was athletes, we were definitely singers, you know what I'm saying? We hit them melodies on them, woo-hoo-hoo. So just think about it. So we was already in front of people. We was in the church, so we was always in front of people, speaking, doing some kind of play or something like that. So just giving you some background of where I kind of came from. It was interesting too, because growing up in school, elementary school, I was a resource student. You know what I'm saying? Or what you call a special ed child. Now, I'm proud of it because I have successfully have grown beyond that, right? Beyond that experience. And that's the thing what I'm talking about here with the stem cells. It actually allows you to grow. It allows you to regenerate. It allows you to understand and revive what is really going on within your body, getting you back on track, in other words. So lifestyle changes. So growing up, doing my thing, I was an athlete, so my particular sports was football and wrestling. That was my bread and butter, football and wrestling. You wouldn't go nowhere without me seeing on the football field or wrestling in the game. And that was like year round, literally. If I wasn't on the football field, I was on the wrestling mat. Period, hands down. And you know what? Wrestling actually gave me the opportunity to keep going, to stay healthy, to keep a mindset, to 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 understand who I need to become. You feel what I'm saying? This is what the lifestyle changes came off. So remind you, I'm an athlete, I'm an artist, and I'm a published author. So these elements, as I'm growing up, growing through these particular barriers or changes within my life, I started really realizing some things as I got older. As I got out of high school, I ended up and I was a state champion. Matter of fact, I shouldn't be a three-timer, keep it real with you. And we talked about this on my podcast show, but that's not the important element. The important element is kind of keeping the course, the mental toughness, the understanding of kind of keeping that spirit and that soul intact, to what your really purpose is to do. My purpose is to help people heal themselves. You feel me? Or give them the understanding to heal themselves. And that's what we're talking about with the quantum healing aspect of it. So as an athlete, as an artist, as a published author, I took on these particular traits or learning techniques that took me to beyond places that I never would even thought. I mean, like a state champion, national titles, just I was always around people that actually won. Let me just say it like that. When I think about every aspect of my life, I'm always around people that are winners, right? But at the same time, it's an understanding about a mindset. You got to keep a mindset, and that's basically what I'm talking about here of who the modern monk is, right? Or becoming. So I got a chance to get out to Itasca Community College at the time, out in Minnesota, Grand Rapids, Minnesota, and got an opportunity to become a All-American wrestler as well as national champions. We was national champions 1995. You can look it up. Those of you who know what I'm talking about. At the same time, it kind of put some lessons in my mind, the discipline aspect of keeping the health game on tack, understanding what's going on. So after this journey within the school journey, Itasca Community College, okay, I'm living a little life. I get out, I take a year off college. I take a year off. I graduated in 94, high school. Graduated 94. Next year I was in college, 95. We became national champions. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm kind of paraphrasing because this is not the important aspect of it. The important aspect of it is the stem cell therapies. So let me get to what we really want to get to. But my point is, my journey was kind of interesting. Going through this transition period, I end up moving out to Washington State, where I end up incorporating, becoming more of the spiritual understanding of Heru, or the spiritual understanding of Asar, or the spiritual aspect of awakening, right? So here's my awakening. Now I'm on a different path. I'm really on a different path. So I'm eating different. You know what I'm saying? My environment's different. I'm around a bigger community, a bigger neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? I'm expanding the mind, and this is the whole point. I've always been a reader, and always been a writer. You know what I'm saying? Always been. That's always been something that I've had passion for, even in my younger years, elementary, junior high, and all this stuff. I mean, I wrote poetry and all this other stuff. So here's some of the passion. Here's some of the energy that I had available. So these things became the next step. I had to say, okay, now since I'm an artist, let me see how I can visualize or take my craft to the next level. Hence why I went back to college, right? So I ended up going back to Highline Community College at the time. Now it's known as Highline College. Shout out to y'all brothers and sisters. Graduated there 2008 with a degree, visual communications, right? So what I was thinking, okay, let me set up an agency. That was one of the main key concepts. Let me set up an ad agency so I can start helping other young brothers and sisters and whatever come into this world of marketing, advertising. And these were some of my my goals, at the same time my benefits to what I'm doing today. Hence the podcast, hence these particular different forums, the website, You Are the Gym Live, connecting with Method Moreno, and some of the elements when it comes to like self-development, health improvement, anti-aging. Always been into these particular industries that I think are well known, are known for us to be in, keep it real, or what our purpose is truly is, to be able to manifest, you know what I'm saying? To manifest the truth within you, you know what I'm saying? And releasing that. So I became a fitness trainer. I became a holistic health practitioner. You know what I'm saying? I got certifications or certificates in a few elements: calisthenics, reflexology, Method Moreno's, acupuncture, uh, and certain other elements when it comes to like understanding who you are. And it starts with you. That's the whole point here. It starts with you personally, your journey. It starts with you. Now we're going to get into the nitty gritty. We're going to get into the nitty gritty. So here we go. Before I go further, if you have any questions, please just write it in the discussion, the discussion message area in Facebook or whatever forum you're at viewing this. I will be doing another one, but I'll probably do it on YouTube just to let y'all know. I will be offering those of you who are actually live on this show a special offer, and it's only going to be this time around. I'm not going to offer it on the next live show, but I just want to give y'all some insight of what's going on. Plus, y'all get the privilege. Look, y'all get the privilege to see the brother. You feel me? So we're going to dive right into this. I'll take this off. Now, what is a stem cell? Now, a lot of people have questions about this, but embryonic stem cells were isolated from mice in 1981. In 1998, Professor James Alexander Thompson and his team at the University of Wisconsin-Madison grew the first human embryonic stem cells in a laboratory dish. This allows scientists to learn how the cells function. Remind you, stem cells been around a while. You know what I'm saying? Stem cells been around a while. But we're going to be focusing on pure potent stem cells. That's our focus here right now with the Method Moreno's SC16. Now, the human body is so unique. You know what I'm saying? That's what's so beautiful about the human body. The human body is so unique. We can regenerate our own stem cells or our own understanding of who we are, right? We can relearn, we can reteach, we can rebuild. All that's available to us unless we just so detoxified or toxic or dis-ease and it's too far gone, right? So the human body is made up of trillions of cells, trillions of cells. The foundational microorganism, your body, is a cell with the remarkable capacity to form into a particular cell types in the body, right? This is what the stem cell is actually able to do. It's able to develop, it's able to differentiate, it's able to multiply, right? Later on, they might be utilized to supply cells and tissues that have been harmed or lost because of infection, dis-ease, right? Our body is comprised of various sorts of cells, plenty of cells, right? But at the same time, it's developed, it's regenerated, it's populated within those particular body parts that it's assigned to, right? Most cells are specific to carry out specific roles, like red pellets that left oxygen around our bodies in the blood. However, they can't separate. So we're talking about um, platelets, rich plasma, the blood that it doesn't separate, but at the same time it populates, it creates the healing mechanism. And we'll talk about that a little later on in the show. Immature microorganisms give new cells to the body as it develops and supplies specific cells that are harmed or lost. Now, they have two exceptional properties that empower them to do this, right? They can separate again and again to create new cells. This is what the stem cell actually does. As they separate, they can change into different sorts of cells that make up the body. So we're talking the skin cells, the brain cells, blood cells, and many others different cells in the body. And that's when we come into the genome. That's what the genome is. The genome's instructions is to become bone, muscle, skin, brain, heart cells, and every type of tissue we have to develop the human body. This is where we know as, you know, the DNA and all that other fun stuff. And that's another subject matter, but we won't go there. So this completes, this set of genes is the genetic material presented in the cell or organism or the body, right? Or any human, or no, I won't even say human, even any living organism, right? Any living thing. Keep it real with you. These cells actually produce, they develop. Obviously, they got different cells for those particular entities, right? What do stem cells do? Stem cells offer the capacity of producing specific human cells to make new, useful human tissue for patients whose infected tissue or sliding size of loss of proficiency, right? Never again the potential as expected. Paraphrase. Now, it develops, the cool thing about stem cells, it rebuilds, it actually regenerates, it populates around that damaged area that you may be painful or inflaming. It's anti-inflammatory. Another subject we're going to talk about later here. What are the different sources of stem cells? There are three principal sorts of stem cell sources: purified amniotic fluid, embryonic undeveloped stem cells, adult stem cells sourced from the bone marrow, and pluripotent stem cells, the placenta stem cells derived from the umbilical cord and the placenta fluid. And we will talk about that a little bit more later in this presentation. So those of you who are with me, you're viewing or you're watching live the rebuilding, reviving, regenerating with stem cell quantum healing presentation. What are stem cells used for? Stem cells have a few purposes, including to assist with the understanding of the fundamental science of how living things work and what occurs in various sorts of cell during sickness, right? So it's treatment. That's the cool thing, is treatment. It may be self or it may be provided by your care provider. These are certain things, certain elements, treatments. So the supply of loss. So basically what happens when during your damage area, you're losing stem cells, or stem cells are lost to the wayside, right? So they're not able to produce or heal that particular area as quick as you want it, right? Because as you know, as a youngster, you usually heal pretty fast. Then as you get older, the process slows down. You know what I'm saying? And we'll talk a little bit about that too as well. But to supply lost or harmed cells that our bodies can't supply normally, right? Slowing down the aging process. This is another opportunity that stem cells actually use for. Preventing chronic issues like diabetes, heart disease, lung disease, lupus, and many other autoimmune, I can't even say, autoimmune, autoimmune, I can't even say the term. Autoimmune, forgive me. You know what I'm talking about, brothers and sisters. Relieve inflammation and pain. That's as well as in that category. Healing from surgeries and prior injuries. Autoimmune diseases. That's the term I'm trying to say. Lung diseases. Eliminate hip, knee, shoulder pain. Support healthy cognitive function, right? Injuries via ankle, foot, wrists, certain limbs or joints that we work with throughout especially you as an athlete. You know what I'm saying? Now, athletes, if you've been around for a while or you're a professional athlete, obviously, you have went through your injuries, throughout the years and whatnot. Here's an opportunity where you can tap into, like I said, tap into where you don't have to take the surgery aspect unless it's way past its due diligence. But at the same time, here's an opportunity where will help you rebuild, regenerate, revive that particular area or injury. Now, let's talk about a little bit more about stem cell therapy. What is it? What is the benefits? What is the caveat? What is it actually doing? Now, stem cells been around over 30 years, right? Maybe more than that. I mean, Mr. What is the name? Bruce Lipton actually talked about it. He was saying it was in the 60s. They was doing stem cell cloning back in the 60s, right? So these elements are not new. The only thing that's new is really the introduction of what's been going on in the prior couple of years. Now it's starting to hit the United States, even though it's been in the United States. But my point it hasn't been mass media. Let me say it. I mean, we remember back in the 90s with the Dolly sheep and all that other stuff that was going on, even though that's not really that's more of the gene modification type of scenarios that they manipulating and doing other things like that. Not saying it's good or bad. I think it actually has a lot of benefits for us. Those of us who's actually really into health and understanding how the body works, because that's really where it comes down to. So, stem cell therapy. Cells, tissues, and organs can, in some cases, be forever harmed or lost by illness, injury, and hereditary circumstances. One of the things, that was one of the biggest elements right there, hereditary circumstances. What I wanted to change within my family lineage or my family line, I was seeing how my family was eating, what we was doing, what kind of lifestyle we was living. That's why I made that change in my lifestyle, right? That's why I'm kind of gun-ho when it comes to like working out, putting the right nutrition in my body. Matter of fact, getting my agua, as my brothers and sisters would say, get my agua. So these are certain things that with them hereditary circumstances. Stem cells might be one approach to producing new cells that can then be relocated in the body to supply those that are harmed or lost. Hence, you got to inject the area that is damaged. Say it's my wrist. You got to inject the wrist in some cases to be able to produce those cells within that area to repair. You feel me? To repair that area. This is the whole concept of stem cell therapy. Adult stem cells are presently used to treat a few circumstances. For instance, blood stem cells are how you say it? I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna kill it, but give me a wellspring of sound pellets, platelets, PRP, for individuals with some blood conditions like patients who lost their own blood and stem cells during treatment. It's kind of interesting. PRP or plate-rich plasma. Plate-rich plasma. Palette-rich plasma. That's the term. That's the term I'm trying to get. But skin stem cells can be utilized to create new skin for individuals with serious burn conditions. And this has have been known too. I don't know, a lot of people are not, is obviously a lot of people are not really familiar with stem cells. They might have heard about it, but they haven't really dived deep into it. I mean, I remember back in the day, I was like, well, can stem cells regenerate arms and, limbs and stuff like that? And I can say this, for example, I think it's possible. You know what I'm saying? Because anything with our understanding, because we all have that ability of genius to think, to take it to another level when we're actually in the oneness, right? And we'll talk about that a little later on. But that's definitely something I do see. So one of the other subject matters that been coming up pretty predominant in the last few years. I mean, stem cell nutrition. We just getting out of this COVID situation, right? And now we're realizing people want to get more understanding of holistic thinking, right? Getting the whole body intact. What do I need to do to get? Do I need to work out? What type of foods do I need to put in my body? Because see, we got to realize the one thing about these so-called hospitals or doctors that are not really this allopathic. I don't even know why they would even name it that. But my point is, why would they just take care of the symptoms and then you having other problems when you're taking this medication or whatever the case may be, like bone density, lack of decreasing in bone density, and certain lack of nutrition that takes out of you. Okay, it's taking iron out of you, or it's taking potassium out of you, or it's taking magnesium out of you. You know what I'm saying? All this processed food. So dietary supplementation is so important within our new mindset within this 21st century. You know what I'm saying? We got to start taking more understanding, taking more control of our own bodies. Stop relying on these doctors and these different so-called pharmaceuticals and these big agencies that's giving you a drug or a pill. Here's a pill. This pill can save your life, right? Let's get it. Let's start reevaluating or reanalyzing or re-educating ourselves about what we're actually putting inside our domes or inside our bodies, right? So 2 questions I'm going to ask. What natural edible foods or food product can I consume to help optimize my experience of health and wellness now and in the future? See, that's another thing too I don't think we pay attention to. We don't think about our future. You see what I'm saying? We think about the now, but we don't think about our future. Oh, I'm going to get that grub on. I'm taking it all in and not really pay attention to what's really going on with our body or how we're responding. Then we're sick as a dog. We don't know how to act, and we need to start getting some other remedies to be able to find. But why not just stay healthy? That's the question I'm asking. Why not just stay healthy, eat healthy, buy the right foods that you need? And you know what? People always complain to me about, oh, organic and this and that. Look, you can grow your food yourself. You can take the time, and you know what's so beautiful about growing your own food? You know what you put in your food, right? You know what you put in your food. You know what you're growing. Here's the second question. How can I apply the best medical intervention or therapy based on my proven science to reveal my symptoms, if any, and improve my physical condition now and in the future? And these questions was actually asked by this amazing book, The Amazing Power of Stem Cell Nutrition by Alan C. Summerall, PhD, copyrighted 2013. And one of the other elements with stem cell nutrition, what they do recommend, they recommend you to get on, live more of a intermittent fasting during this period of time when you actually administrating the stem cells within your body. Because one of the things we got to realize, our bodies, we're a vessel, right? If you want to go symbolic with everything and this and that, we're a vessel. We're literally a vessel. And a vessel is not going to be no good with all this clutter, right? Clutter, you got stagnation, your pool got everything in there, but you're not really working all good. Your vessels, your blood vessels are getting clogged up, right? Because we're eating junk food. We're eating all this stuff that's killing us, Really, it's killing us. You might not be long here. You might be living, but you might not be living, right? You living, like they say, you died 3 times, right? Mentally, physically, and spiritually. Come on. To continue, basically critical that we as a whole have eating routines, right? That supplies adequate amounts of multitude of essential nutrients. You know, that's what I mean. We see where supplements can come in, but then it's a lot of supplements that we getting sold that are not really beneficial for us. It's all a marketing tactic, right? They're marketing these certain products and tactics to get you over to think you doing this and thinking you doing that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, all it's doing is just cluttering you up, causing, inflammation within the body. That's basically what is going down here. Food classifications, making sure you're getting your proteins, your carbs, your fundamental fats, your nutrients, and your minerals. This can be debatable. You know what I'm saying? That can be debatable with all this keto diet and all this stuff. But we see these diets, these paleo diets and all that. Them diets is killing people. Right? I don't. I'm just gonna say it out there, even if I don't have the research. But you can see the mindset because it's what's the chemicals that are driven are taking certain things out of the mind, right? So we're acting in a certain way. That's another thing I don't think we pay attention to. But nutrition as medication is suitable for essential anticipation in any event. While partaking in the best of well-being, right? Your well-being, that's important. That the bottom line. You are the bottom line. You are the important one here. That's the whole point of what stem cells will actually give you. Give you back your life. Give you back your health. Give you back your mobility. Give you back your strength. Give you back your energy. Slow the aging process down for you. Now, y'all brothers and sisters know if you over 30, you having elbow issues, you having knee issues, right? Because all that wear and tear, that's the thing we don't really be thinking about. But stem cells help you. It's anti-inflammatory. It takes care of that. It shuts it down. It shuts that inflammatory down. And we're going to talk about that on a later show. Inflammation, diseases and whatnot, and all these other aspects of it. But stem cell nourishment is plainly an insightful direction for living more of a primary prevention, living a more healthy lifestyle. That's really the whole point here, living a more healthier lifestyle. Now let's talk about the implications. Let's talk about how we can incorporate stem cell implants. This is something, or cellular revitalization. Now, the placenta implant stem cells are often indispensable for respiration of the stem cell membrane. Its deficiencies can cause a lack of texture and thickness of the skin. Now, certain things what it's actually doing within the body. Implants are actually well known. A lot of us, we don't think about it, but it's been done multiple times. I mean, even with PRP, blood plasma, palate blood plasma, or palate palate rich plasma is a process that's been going on for years, right? They've been doing that for years, and that's been a beneficial for a lot of athletes, a lot of different other people that actually been taking on different injuries with their mesenchymal stem cells, fat stem cells. They've been able to redo certain cartilages, your knee stuff, your elbows, you know what I'm saying? And we really, like I said, this is really just a basic kind of giving you some insight of what's actually available out here. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things about your healing, because it's all about you. That's really what this presentation is. It's all about you. You have to take on healing yourself first, mentally, right? Mentally. Then all the other aspects will come to you, if you want it to come, and be able to recognize that issue. It is excellent to be used in anti-aging, giving more energy to the patient, improving signs and symptoms of chronic degenerative diseases, The cells of placenta dilates the blood vessels. So this is cool because what's cool about the stem cell, it actually gets in your body. When it's in that body, say my wrist is broke, right? My wrists are fractured, right? My wrist is fractured. So what's cool about if I'm putting a stem cell injecting in my wrist, the cool thing about it is actually regenerating, is developing all over, and it's creating new blood vessels so I can get all that energy to come there and repair it quicker. You feel what I mean? And they talk about one of the other things is this is extra out there, but they talk about heat and cold therapy, right? How heat and cold therapy works. So if you're bleeding like crazy, you get the cold. Put the cold to suppress the blood, right? But then when you get the heat, after all that is done or actually healed up or closed, then you got the element of heat, where the heat will actually manufacture the vessels and the blood to come to that particular injured area and fix it, or yeah, repair it, as we would say. Repair it. So it allows the body to recover with the energy, improve the physical appearance. Yeah, y'all see a brother. Look at that brother. I've been using stem cells. Look, that brother haven't aged a bit. I got witnesses. I haven't aged a bit. And hormonal levels too. It helps out balance on your hormonal levels too. Because there's certain things I did notice after my few sessions. Actually, I took 4 sessions of stem cells, and definitely I have been. I mean, I was seeing all kinds of cool elements within my body. Just certain things was healing fast. I had a injury, like a lumoma. What is it called? Lumoma. I'm killing the term, but lumoma. I had a lumoma, and that's what I used it for, and it actually prepared it back, and my skin is all nice. And I'll do some before and after shots on that too, just to show y'all what it's actually capable of doing, just with my experience. And we ain't talking about what other, Method Moreno, they've been seeing all kinds of crazy healing mechanisms where you be like, whoa, that's unheard of, but it's there. It's available. That's the one cool thing about what stem cells is available for. Now, the other element is this, that the placenta, a natural and universal human tissue, allows us to heal both men and women in the same way. So it don't differentiate, right? It don't say, okay, because you a female, I don't want to, I got to give you, I'm going to give you male tendencies, or vice versa. No, it don't discriminate like that. It actually gives you what you need. If that's what it is, that's what it is. And that's what's cool about the stem cell, because it develops whatever you need in that particular pathway, right? It just give you what you need. And that's what it really breaks down to. And then you can add it to other like apoptosin. That's one of the other elements you add it to. You add it to bee venom, right? And create it to a whole level. And we'll talk about this and clarify what bee venom and apoptosin is. You know what I'm saying? Because it's definitely a distinguished. Apoptosin is the pure version of the bee venom, where the bee venom is actually more harmful to the body to an extent. So we'll talk about that a little bit more. But that's really one of the distinguishes I wanted to kind of talk about a little bit. So it impacts the endocrine system. The placenta offers the advantage of having the same embryonic origins and many other elements when it comes to that particular body part, right? It actually develops what it needs to develop within that body part, but the implants have been very promising. That's one of the avenues. Please, like I said, as many stem cell therapies out there. I'm not suggesting just one certain therapy. Definitely consult with an informative, please. He's got to be informative, or she's got to be informative about about this process, because it's definitely other elements, and we're going to go through that. We're going to talk a little bit about the other elements within this. So I wanted to mention with the implants, indications like disease of glaucoma, glucose, triglycerides, cholesterol, artery hypertension, increased blood flow, nervous depression, stress, mental fatigue, insomnia, allergies, aging, anti-aging, premature aging, menopause, early menopause, improvement, hydration, elasticity of the skin, improvement quality of your cancer patients. That's another opportunity that they have seen throughout with stem cell therapies within implants. Other things are like Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease, degenerative disease such as osteoporosis, knees, hips, spine, hands, autoimmune disease, autoimmune diseases such as lupus. That's another one. A friend of mine, he's been working with that, and I don't know how he's been doing recently, but we definitely have an opportunity for him. And for those of you who do have been experiencing lupus, men's sexual dysfunction and prostate problems, decrease in libido, physical exhaustion, baldness. That's another problem that men been having. Women, premature aging, dry skin, premenstrual syndromes, menopause syndromes, vaginal dryness, and pelvic congestion. And that's a secret one right there. That's the one that a lot of people don't really talk about, but that can be very detrimental to females in not knowing, because it can be under the radar. It's kind of crazy during your diagnosis and whatnot, if you're doing the right diagnosis, if you actually finding the right diagnosis. Let me throw that out there. Visual weaknesses, open angle glaucoma. So let's go down here. Now, we're talking about stem cell transplants. This is interesting to a point, but then at the same time, you got to be careful with some of this elements of this autogenous stem cell tissues obtained from the same individual. That's basically what they've been doing over the last couple of years. And it's kind of like the old method, right? It's like the old method. Now they're working with the pure potent, and that's basically coming from the umbilical cord, and embryonic fluid situation, where they're actually utilizing that and duplicating it, right? They're able to duplicate it in some cases, you know. And that's another story. We'll probably talk about that on the next presentation when we're talking about stem cell therapies and whatnot. So what's the risk factors? Let's get into this. This is where really I want you to kind of keep your ears open, you know. Adverse effects on your health. Now, we know anything that's affecting your health. Your environment is probably the number one key. Where you live, right? Who you're around, what are you putting in your body? That's basically one of the adverse effects of the body. Risk factor disease categories, non-modified, are like your age, your gender, your ethnic background, your family history. Modifiable, smoking, high blood pressure, insulin resistance, pre-diabetic or diabetes, physical inactivity, being overweight, high blood cholesterol, consuming unhealthy diet. Now, how many of us can agree with we do eat a lot of crap out there? It's plenty of junk food, as they call it. Sad. The American the American diet is sad, and it's very sad because we see a lot of sad people. A lot of sad people out here. So risk factors, like I said, do your due diligence. Understand who you are, what's going on. And then here, I'm going to end it here. I'm taking it to the next level here right now. So takeaways. Take this away with you with this presentation. Hopefully I gave you some foundational aspect of where stem cell quantum healing is actually existing, how it actually works. You know what I'm saying? What is actually available out there. You got many resources out there. You got to be careful, though, because a lot of resources are not legit, right? Fact checks, right? So, takeaways. Perpotent stem cells are extremely potent anti-inflammatories. That's what it does. It takes care of that inflammatory that's going on within that swelling. You know how brothers be swelling up? That swelling, that's what it takes. It alleviates that aspect. That's what it does. That's what stem cells does within the body, within the injured area, or within the diseased area. Not all stem cell treatments are equal, so keep that in mind. Stem cells need to be injected within the damaged area to perform its duties. Key point right there. Please dial into that. It need to be injected. Matter of fact, injections have been more of the best benefits overall. They do the insulin, not the insulin, but the now I can't even say the term, but they do have other available methods, but they haven't really been as beneficial. That's just my take on it, as far as what I have researched. But the injection right to the direct damaged area has been boom. Number one is right there. After a few sessions, they're good, they're healed, whatever the case may be. Some cases fully cured, some cases not fully cured, or halfway there. Like I say, always, consult with your healthcare provider that is knowledgeable about stem cell therapies. Okay, respect your body. Give it the right nutrition that it needs. We all different, right? We all different. We all got different things going on in our bodies. You know what I'm saying? But and everything is not going to be set up or generalized. I can't generalize and just give you a regimen. Here's what's going to work for you. No, we got to know what you got to know what works for you. You know what I'm saying? That's why testing is really big. That's why diagnosis is really big, right? Getting an understanding of what you are, how you get down, what are the aspects of, what are you putting in your body? Are you drinking enough water? Are you hydrated? That right there, that's a plus, right? If you're hydrating during the day, keeping your hydration going, because it cleans the cells, it keeps the cells clean, it keeps everything moving in the right areas, in the right places. Take responsibility, take accountability for your health, your wellness, your well-being, your mind, your mental. Do some reading. You know what I'm saying? Do some writing. Stay active. Get in the gym. If you don't even have a gym, get outside. Get in the house. Do whatever you need to do to stay active. Get that heart rate up. You know what I'm saying? This is the key thing. And I want to leave you with three questions to ask yourself. 3 questions. Are you with me? So this is what I want you to take away before I get into my special offer I'm going to offer you right here, right now. How can I use this? That's the first question. How can I use this? How can I use stem cell therapy? If those of you who's injured, those of you who are athletes and have prior injury, are in rehab, talk to me, right? Why must I use this? That's the second question. Why must I use this? What is the purpose? We're quick to, this is funny, we're quick to take the doctor's suggestion on some new pharmaceuticals that just hit the market. You know what I'm saying? Then we're wondering why everything is all messed up. I'm getting foggy brain. My eyes is going crazy. Oh, my hand twiddling, chilling. See, these are things that we don't really take into account. And that's what we need to be doing anyway. Especially, you know your body better than anybody else, right? You should know your body better than anybody else. And with elements and all this stuff, all these drugs and pharmaceuticals, they knowing what they doing anyway, because they putting all that stuff in you. They know what kind of money they're making. Uh-oh, I didn't hit a sensitive subject. Third question. When will I use this? See, and this is all about you. So this is all about you. When will I use this? I have an opportunity for you right now, literally right now. And I guess I want to show it to you too. So this right here is probably the most powerful solution right now, available for you right now, for $2,999 right now. Right now. And what's cool about this is injectable. It's an injectable, but at the same time, you get 10 injectables at 4 million stem cells. That's another thing. So with that being said, 4 million stem cells per shot or per injection, right? Per dose. Now, we don't have a number of how many stem cells that actually work within that particular wrist. Remember my example of your wrist, injecting the wrist? We don't know how many would actually heal it, but we know it's going to do its job, right? So you get 4 million. Think about this, 4 million times 10. That's really what it comes, and I'm giving it to you right now. This is my special offer right now. And if you buy today on the show, right now, live, at $2,999. That's what I'm offering. From, actually, the original price is $3,899 right now. And I'm offering to you right now, and I got it ready to go. Shipping and handling right there. Free for you. But like I said, as we get in farther, for those of you who are on this show right now or live right now, you have that availability to get on. And here is the connection right now. So contact. If you need to contact me, you can always contact me at 206-659-6382. That's 206-659-6382. If you want to email me, in the subject line, put pain free, right? Pain free. And that's youarethegym@gmail.com. You are the word, the, THE, gym, GYM, @gmail.com. And you can always go on the website as well as methodmoreno.xyz. That's methodmoreno.xyz. methodmoreno.xyz. Now, those who are going to hesitate on why they shouldn't do this. You want more information? You want to take this game to the next level, take your health to the next level? This here it is right here. I'm offering it to you right now. You can actually sit down with my brother, Dr. Boz Moreno, certified in all that. Certified in all that. Right? Certified in all. Method Moreno. You can contact a consultant. You can set up a consultation with him, for $135. At his phone number is WhatsApp 5215541172667. Let me repeat that. 5215541172667. That's WhatsApp. And that can be a visual, virtual, initial consultant. Remind you, Dr. Boz Moreno or Method Moreno is located in Mexico City, where the practice and all elements are there too. Certified laboratory and everything. Pull the cards and everything. This is what time it is. Look, this is no scam. This is actually some real elements going on. This is real. It's actually helping me. And that's why I'm sharing this video with you guys. Literally, I'm sharing this presentation because it's helping me, and it's helping me more and more. That's the cool thing about the element. And I want to offer it to you. I want to give it to you to get you back on your health. Get your injuries rehabbed, taken care of, cured, right? You can always email the brother at respond@methodmoreno.xyz, as well as his website. Once again, methodmoreno.xyz. I want to thank you for coming here, tuning in to me for about an hour. You know what I'm saying? Talking about stem cells, stem cell therapy, what stem cells can actually do for you. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I want to Keep your mind up. You know what I'm saying? Look up, as the brothers would say, look up. As with any medical treatment, results will vary among individuals. There is no implication that you will heal or improve, although very unlikely. There could be risks involved, and risk is involved in everything. You take a risk going outside your door, right? Getting in your car, going to your so-called job. You know, these concerns should be discussed with your health care provider that is informed about stem cell therapy, hence Dr. Boz Moreno. Prior to any treatment, you have conducted your due diligence. There's no guarantees to healing, only supplying information and educational purposes only, and does not imply or give medical advice. The only thing I give is my story. This is my story, and I'm sharing this information with you. Like I said, only this time only. $2,999 right now if you purchase it today. And you can reach me at 206-659-6382 or email me, subject line pain-free at youarethegym@gmail.com. And I'm going to end it with that. Much love, happiness, and peace to y'all. We're out of here.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.